this video, we are going to build our CMS database and then start populating it with the Nessie NFTs. So you've got the controls, so I'll try to walk you through it. It's kind of a new thing, so we'll see how that goes. So let's jump right into it. All right, so the first thing you do is go into the CMS tab on the left side toolbar. See if you remember which one that is.
Let's see. I'm sure we got some little toolbar hints for me so we can get to the CMS section. All right, let's create a new collection, I bet, is where you're going to send me.
Yes. Okay, so we want to now populate the fields in which we're going to want to fill in data for each of our collection items. So we're obviously going to have the image. We might want a title. We might want a bunch of different things. So keep in mind, when you're building a collection list, the information appears in three different ways. So number one, you are going to make a page for the entire collection list. So if you were making a blog, you would be able to display all of the posts in one page. So that's the collection page. And then every individual blog has a design. So each of our Nessie NFTs will have its own page that someone could go to. And then third is populating that data into like our website page. And so when we're building our collection list, we want to be as detailed as possible. Do we want meta descriptions? Do we want specific colors? Do we want tags for it? Do we want to have an animated versus real life tag? So that's kind of what we're going to want to think of when we're building the fields. So right now in the very top panel, they are just templates that Webflow is already pre-built. So we could go up there and look at them. So we got blog post authors, categories. I don't know if any of these are going to apply. So we could just start creating our own. So let's just start making our own one. So you can go in here and start populating the data. So we need a collection name.
So our blog post name is going to be we're going to have a list of Nessie sightings. Is this what we're calling, or is this is going to be our list of our Nessie NFTs?
Yep, that's for NFTs.
So this is what we would call this here is our Nessie NFT name.
Yeah, however you want to refer to it. So probably just Nessie NFTs.
Okay.
So this is just the name for the project, and you probably don't want to caps it because this will be, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess the slug fixed itself.
Okay.
All right, so now we can start coming up with our collection fields. So we can, if you want to start adding new fields.
All right, do we need to create collection first, or are we
no, that'll create the entire thing. So we want to add new fields for now.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing, and I'll let you kind of start going through this, but the first thing we probably want is an image.
Yes.
So now you can, name this so that people know. So on the right side is the preview of what it will look like when you're going in to build the collection item.
Okay. Okay.
And so this is where you can give instructions.
Okay, and so we don't have any built out specs for this yet.
So we can leave those and just make that field required probably.
All right. Yes, because we would want to make sure that this would end up being required. Okay, so we would definitely want an MS image. So then we're going to want a description for that image. And we probably want that plain text as opposed to rich text.
Yes, because the rich text is for like a blog post that would have images inside it.
Formatting and stuff. So this would be our NFT description.
Yep.
Okay. Provide a helpful general description of the NFT, where it came from, and what. Okay.
All right, so we'll probably want to put a max character count on this.
Okay.
And you can do multiple lines,
Yeah.
and then we probably can do, I don't know how many characters you'd want. I'd probably say 150 or 300, depending on how we utilize this.
Okay.
And then let's see, the name or the slug. I don't know if we care about those. All right, so we don't need rich text. We've got an image. Each one is only going to have one image, so we don't need a multiple image. We're not doing a video. We're not needing to link it. We're not doing an email, a phone. So the question is, do you want to number them? Do you want to number in what order you bought them?
Not that particular number. The question would be, does this provide, like, would there be a way to sort them in a particular number later on? Like, if I wanted them to display in a particular sequence, would numbering them be helpful?
You could do
Could
that,
I,
yep.
could I assign a number for later sorting them?
Well, here's where you're gonna, yes, as long as you pre-knew which numbers, because remember, let's say you have 12 that you put in now. When somebody goes and adds the next one, what are they going to do? 13? They're not going to come in and do 2 when a 2 is already selected. So if you're pre-planning the entire thing, yes, that works, but it doesn't work for a database where you're constantly adding on, because that's the same as
What
just
if
doing
I did a
newest.
what if I did like a batch number maybe? So I like these could all be batch number one, and if I do a batch number two or something, maybe I just do a group number, and then maybe I'm thinking ahead so that group batch one is together and batch two is together.
If you have a way you'd want to implement that, we could try that.
So let's at least think of that far ahead. Batch number. Um,
And for this field, I almost wouldn't make it required because someone might not even know what that's supposed to be. Obviously, if it's just you, it could. All right, let's see what
okay.
other fields we might want to add. All right, so you've got a date and time. So a switch. A switch is a very interesting option. So let's add that.
Okay.
All right, so you could make this a featured switch. So you could call this featured. And then in help text, be like, do we want to feature this NFT?
Okay.
All right, let's see what else we could add. A color. You could assign certain colors to them if you wanted. Don't know if that'll really apply, but sometimes it will. An option. This could be an interesting one. You could do an option.
Okay.
All right, so let's do if it's so NFT type. And I would just leave
All
that
right.
blank for now. Let's add an option and do like cartoon, real life, just some different options. Line art. And really
Sure.
that's good enough. Oh,
Actually have one that's an animated.
perfect.
Okay.
All right, so then you can save that field. All right, now let's go look at name and slug. So I don't know if we're naming them, but let's keep the name on there. I would not make the slug. That's going to be the forward slash. I guess we can make those required. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
All right, so let's create the collection now. All right, so this is an option. Let's say you were going to build a blog, your client was going to, but you still needed like content pieces to like show you how it will look in real life or in the website. You can just
Okay.
add in these fake data
Oh,
things,
sure.
but let's not do that. So let's add a Nessie NFT. To the top right,
All
there's an
right.
option to add one. All right, so we can now fill one out. So why don't you grab an image first?
Now we're getting into some of my fun NFT puns that I happen to love.
You'll
Here we
definitely
have
at some point have to. It'll be good to see them a little bigger because it's definitely hard to tell what it is at the
yeah, here
moment.
we have the croc nest monster and the crock pot. It's very adorable. Okay, I think we have all 12 of them loaded into our CMS. Oh,
Awesome,
it looks
awesome.
like our very first two were missing meta description, so I can go back and add those because we hadn't have that tab yet. Um, let's fill in some basic stuff here.
Good. Well, sweet. This will save us. I mean, when we start building, um, we'll see how easy it is to add really cool sections to our page now that we have all this data imported. So I think really that's it for this video. But this is how you would build your CMS in the back end.